Now, this video is going to be more from a metaphysical, esoteric point of view. If those that are familiar with my platform know I deal with the science of the mind, biblical principles that all is psychological, everything is mental, everything starts from our beliefs, our subconscious impressions. And the reason why we keep seeing the same things happening over and over again, especially when it comes to celebrity and we in the Black or African American communities, how we decide to define ourselves, and why we keep hearing the same things occurring when it comes to pay disparity or those we feel are elite and are gatekeepers, keeping others from experiencing, the life they want to experience. And won't talk so much about, the difference between the Cat Williams interview and the Monique interview, because to me, they're both basically saying the same thing. They're still talking about the same topics, and no one is really seeing a change because no one has decided to change their perspectives on life. I put Viola Davis up here, Taraji P. Henson, Monique, Oprah, and Tyler Perry. I know Viola Davis wasn't so much discussed, but she is considered, I don't know if she still is, but for a while she was considered one, the top Black actress in Hollywood. And she said she was the first person called on the call sheet, and yet she still was not getting the pay that she felt that she was due, that she still was not getting her worth. And when I come from a spiritual perspective, when I come from an esoteric point of view, and I say, well, it's like we keep asking for others to give us something that we have not first given ourselves. See, in order for these women to get their just due in their particular field, and this can apply to everyone, everyone under the sound of my voice, everyone listening to this video, you have to give it to yourself first, and then the world will give it back to you. So going into any particular job, wanting to ask others to validate you, you'll never be validated. You first have to see your worth and lead with that. One thing I will say about Oprah, when we speak of her, we never really talk about her ethnicity. We never say, oh, we hardly ever, I'm not going to say we never say, but you hardly ever hear when you talk about her being, especially the career that she's had, her being in that talk show arena, being the first Black, being the first Black woman to make this amount of money, being the first Black woman to transcend talk show, entertainment. Like, we don't speak of her from that way. We always speak of her as just being Oprah and being this like entity that has transcended race. Basically, we see her as a person because she understands who she is, regardless of what people may think about her, regardless about some of her choices in life and some of her interviews that she's done. She understands who she is, and she never leads with the Blackness. She leads with I am this person. She knows I am that I am. And Taraji, Viola, Monique, that's where they need to lead from. Well, I have Tyler Perry on here because he has been in conversations, and it's almost whenever you mention Oprah, you mention Tyler Perry, because they're supposed to be in, cahoots with one another. They collab more together. They're supposed to be really good friends. And he seemed to be also a gatekeeper. He seems to be someone in a position of power. It's amazing that we say people have power just because they have money. We equate money and power when really your power is your mind. Your mind is is the only power, which is love. That is the true power. I know in this world, in this society, we say, oh, because they have money, they must know everything. They must have the key to success because look at them, they have riches. But having wealth and not knowing who you are, You can have all the money in the world, and if you can't sleep at night, if you can't rest, if you're still complaining about what you don't have, i.e. Taraji P. Henson, i.e. Monique, i.e. Viola Davis, right? They are living their life's dream, yet they're so focused on what they don't get as opposed to focusing on what they do have and what they can command into their experience. See, only if they thought differently, only if they saw themselves as deserving. I don't even want to say deserving or worthy, because deserving and worthy makes it sound like somebody should have it over another person, that somehow that your efforts should be, you know, valuable more than somebody else's efforts. You don't have to earn anything. All you have to do is say that you are that, and you will become that. You will express that, but you have to know that I am that. See, Taraji should have stood in her belief of who she is and knowing who she is, and knew that when she come onto any set, she commands a certain standard. That when she came to that set of The Color Purple, that everything was going to be top notch because she was in the room, because she's a top notch actress. She commands, she's elite. She deserves the best of the best. And we all need to think that way about ourselves. We all need to see ourselves as being somebody, regardless of how much money we have, regardless of our status in life, regardless if we're affluent or not. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. You should always know that you are somebody no matter what you do, whether you're a janitor or whether you're the general, whether you're the president or whether you are the secretary. You should know that you are somebody regardless of your status. And because we keep looking for others to validate us, we keep looking for, quote unquote, the man to tell us that we're human, that we're equal, that we deserve justice, that we have rights. Give it to yourself. See yourself as already being that, and then the world has to reflect that back to you. Because I always say, and will continue to reiterate, the world is a magnified mirror. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. And just because someone else is experiencing it does not mean you have to experience it. You be the difference, you be the change, and it does not come through fighting. I don't know if you all have paid attention. Fighting only gets you scraps. It only gives you a little bit. It keeps you moving incrementally in small portions. It's when you transform yourself, transform your reality, do you see a quantum leap, a quantum shift, a great difference. We continue to strive and struggle against the system when you need to just say, I am the system. I am whatever I believe I say I am. See, if Taraji has stood on what she believed to be true and walked away from that $150,000, if she did not believe it was enough for her, did not warrant her, or did not value her in the way she thought it should value her, if she had walked away from that and had set the standard and be willing to stand on her ethics, her morals, on stand on her value of herself instead of looking for others to value her, has she valued herself, she would have gotten so much more. She wouldn't have to go around crying about not people seeing her worth. Because how could somebody see her worth if she couldn't see her own worth? If she wasn't willing to walk away from that role that she said devalued her, that she had to fight for scraps when she knows that she should be commanding more. Same thing with Monique. Like, Monique, how long you gonna keep telling this story? When you gonna truly forgive? Because when you forgive, you forget. You called them on Front Street. You called them out. You said what they did wrong to you. Now it's time to let that go and live in your truth. And the truth is, I am whatever I say I am. And if I say I'm the best, and my world gonna reflect that. I don't need nobody's apology. I don't need nobody to own up to anything. I know who I am. I know the truth. Now y'all all know the truth. Y'all know what happened. This happened. And now I move forward. I let it go. I allow that what I believe was taken from me has been restored. I have recouped everything I thought I lost, because I lost nothing. Everything I have has been given. I think I thought I lost has been given back to me. But that's my 2 cents. We just need to see ourselves greater than what the world has told us we are. And it starts with each individual person. I know we want this to be a collective walk, but this is an individual walk, and we must maintain that individuality. And, that's all I'm going to say on that. My time is running out. The 10 minutes is up. Be blessed, y'all.